Okay, so today and tomorrow are gonna be dedicated to the array command, which is basically taking one object and we're copying it, but we're copying it in a specific um, format that's gonna make life a lot easier for us. So looking at today's assignment, you can see here we have these three circles with triangles in them, and the triangles repeat. And this is what we call a polar array. So it's going to be, we're just going to draw one triangle, and then we're going to set up to repeat that triangle in different arrays here. So we can see this one here, the triangle is rotated around a center point. So we'll specify the center here is our center point as these go around. Here it is going around again, but this time the triangle is not rotating. And we can see as it rotates, the center of the triangle remains in the center of this sort of center circle here. And then we're doing another rotation, but this time we've changed our base point. So instead of being the center of the triangle, it's this upper point here. You can see it's rotating around this circle to where the top portion of this triangle will remain on the outer circle here. So I'm going to start by just drawing a few center lines here. Okay, so as we all know, I've set my center lines here, but they're not dashed. I can't see my line type, so I need to adjust my line type scale. So LTS, I see it's set for 1 right now. Why don't I try 10? That looks pretty good. So I can see my long, short, long dashes here. And then, as always, you'll go in the object layer, but since I'm on the projector here, I will use my 0 layer. And I guess these are technically drawn in our center layer as well. So I'm going to draw from the center, and our outer circle is a radius of 25, and our inner circle is a radius of 20. Zoom in here on this object. And then here I'm going to draw my first triangle. So I'll go to my 0 layer again here. And a triangle is just a 3-sided polygon. So I'm going to select my polygon tool with 3 sides. And I see my triangle's center point is the top of this circle. And we're inscribing inside a circle. And then I'm going to turn off my snap here and just going to snap it to the top here. So I've got my first triangle in position. I'm now going to select that object, and I'm going to type array. And what we're going to do for today is the polar array. So that's going to be repeating our object in a circle. And then looking at our command line down here, I see I'm in my array command here, and it's asking me to specify a center point of my array. So my center point is going to be the area that we're going to be arraying or rotating around. So I'm going to select our center point here. And then right off the bat, I can see I'm getting kind of close here. I've got my triangles in place, but I don't have enough of them. So looking at the drawing, it looks like I have 12 triangles. So looking at the bottom here in my command line, I can see I have a whole mess of options here to edit my array. And then I also have a command bar up here that's probably a little bit easier to understand. So I'll start here by the number of items. I'm going to change that to 12. And hit enter, and I'm done. So we can see that's our first one there. Everything looks good. Now draw a couple more. actually, here, why don't I just select this, this, and this. Copy. So I'm just going to repeat my circles here since those stay the same. All right, now I guess I should have picked my triangle as well. Oops. All right. So I'm going to draw another triangle right here. And then just to make my life easy here, I'm going to copy this. Okay. Here as well. All right, so this one again, we're going to do our array and polar. And this time, select our axis here. We're still going to do 12. But you'll notice one of our options down here is rotate items. And we can see we have a capital ROT, so that means ROT is to select that. So we go ROT. And then rotate arrayed items, yes or no. I can see that I'm currently set to yes. I'm going to change that to no. Hit enter. And now we can see that our triangles here still repeat all the way around. But this time they don't rotate. So if this were, say, text on a clock, the numbers on a clock, we wouldn't want those numbers to be rotated. So we can still array around, but the objects will not rotate. All right. Now our last one here. So rotate, select our base point again, and array, polar array, center point. All right, so I can see in this one, I still have my 12 items. So I for items, change that to 12. My rotation should be turned off. And then I'm going to hit B for base point. And I'm going to specify this top here as my base point. So my object is now being rotated along that different base point. So our objects are still going around an array, but you can see the array circle here, which is our outer circle, intersects the top of the triangle all the way around. And then one other thing I want to cover, sometimes you have an array and you need to edit some aspect of it. So let's just say hypothetically I have this array here and I want, this triangle here isn't supposed to be there. I need to get rid of this one triangle. So the problem is when I click it, it actually is going in and editing the array. So come on in. Are you substitute today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem. Period will be over in about 15 minutes, and then another teacher's coming in, which is you. So, sure. So if we need to edit this array again, I can, which is kind of cool. I can change all the parameters that I set before. Say I didn't, I actually wanted to rotate my items. I can do that. But in this case, I just wanted to delete an item. So what I need to do is I need to break up my array. So instead of it basically being one selectable object, I need it to be my 12 different triangles. And the command for that is explode.
Yes. Best command ever.
Yeah. So now I've exploded this array, and now you can see I can actually select the individual items in those arrays. Now I can no longer change any of the parameters of my array. My array basically no longer exists. This is now just each individual object. So if I did in fact need to just delete that one triangle, I could do so. So the explode command works for all objects, polygons, anything that's made up of multiple components, but grouped together. You can hit explode and separate those apart. Any questions about the polar array?